What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast.
Hello, episode number 73. How is it going, everybody? Today is May 3rd, 2021.
May 3rd. It's hard to believe we're already in May. Like, just time just kind of flies.
I know.
It's flying.
It's really going by. This year is kind of escaping me for what it's worth, and just trying to soak it in, trying to enjoy every moment, because we kind of lost the whole year back in 2020. So you know, trying to live it up.
Exactly. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how was your week this week? Before we dive into, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but how was your week this week?
Yeah, we do. Week was pretty good, as always. Just hanging out, just chilling, just enjoying the weather. It's been pretty nice. And then came to your house on Saturday for your son's 4th birthday.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. Got that
Mario themed birthday party. It was awesome.
You had the Mario shirt and the Mario shoes.
So I did.
I was pretty jealous.
Yeah, I was rocking it. But I already had the stuff, so I was like, I have to wear it. Gotta represent.
And then Kellen's shirt that was printed by your wife Brittany.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. She's got her own Etsy shop, and she makes shirts and other stuff, and so she had everything ready to go. She's like, I'm gonna make a couple of shirts for him. So he had an outfit change at some point during the day. So that was pretty cute. But yeah, he had a just follow up on what you said. Yeah, he had a blast on Saturday, and just had a nice cookout with the family. It was good to see Nana and Bob. Have some beers and chill out and stuff. So that was fun.
Have some beers. Did some shots.
Yeah, that was funny when Mom walked in. She's like, y'all taking shots of Fireball? Nah.
She liked it though. She liked the Jim Beam apple.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good.
It's better than the Jim Beam orange. I did not like that one that much.
Yeah, the orange. I wanted to try it because I think it's brand new, and it's got a little bit of it tastes good going down, but it's got a little bit of an aftertaste to it.
It lingers a little bit too long.
Yeah, I feel like it might be good like as a mixed drink if it put a little orange and then some sort of mixer, whether it's Sprite or Fanta or something like that. I think that could be pretty good. But yeah, straight shooting it's a little rough. But yeah, that was fun, and just seeing. I mean, God, how many times did Kellen ask to open up his presents? I mean, it was ridiculous.
He was asking before everybody got there.
We had like a 40-foot like bouncy castle. What's the word I'm looking for? Obstacle course.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. But yeah, it was a great time. Everyone had an awesome time. Yeah, what's up, BC Wolf?
Caleb, what's up, man?
Caleb,
what I've been wanting to do? You know what I've been wanting to do lately?
What's that?
I've been wanting to go to the movies. I've been having an itch.
Yeah,
get some popcorn, get a large drink, but I'm just looking for the right movie to do it with.
Well, I mean, they got like the Black Widow coming out here in I think July, so like I really want to see that, like just because that's a big Marvel movie.
Yeah,
and just going. We were talking about this before the podcast. I was super hungover on Sunday, so I watched a lot of movies, and I watched Endgame and Infinity War back to back. And man, I remember watching those movies in the theater and like just everybody like roaring and applauding. Like I miss that, and I think that's like the biggest thing I miss about like pre-COVID is just like movie theaters, just because like that was, I mean, it was so overpriced and you spent $1,000 on popcorn, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And like our local movie theater shut down, so I don't know what other ones that I have as an option, but I definitely am like on the same page as you. I'm missing the movies.
Yeah. So Caleb, who's in the chat with us right now, we saw Endgame together, and it was super, super hype. But before the movie, I think he went to the bathroom like 3 times because he was so nervous about what was going to happen.
Oh my God.
So me and my friend Joe were like, is Caleb okay? We're a little worried about him. He's going back and forth.
I don't know, all those rumors like yeah, that's hilarious.
The Avenge the Fallen
Yeah.
thing. Yes, if we watch Demon Slayer. Yeah, I said my small bladder was gonna betray me. I saw a trailer for Demon Slayer and it looks pretty cool. It's a good anime.
Yeah, that was I think that was like that fell short of MK's opening of like what 22 million or something like that. Which I had a couple buddies come over and watch Mortal Kombat, and yeah, just kind of like that vibe of watching movies with other people. I definitely miss that when you go to the theater, but yeah, definitely. I think Black Widow may be the first movie I go back and see if I can, of course.
Yeah, Black Widow, and then Marvel released their timeline of movies coming out.
Yep, they got Spider-Man coming out in December, which that I have to see that in the theater. Like, especially all the rumors of like the other Spider-Man, like
you think it's gonna happen?
And I've got a feeling, man. I got a feeling. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's returning. Yeah, Fantastic Four. Yeah, there's so much good stuff. The Wakanda Forever got announced. I'm very curious how they're gonna, do that with what's his name, Chadwick Boseman passing.
Yeah,
so it's hard to.
I don't know what I wish they would have kept the other. I can't remember the other character's name.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name either.
Killmonger.
Yeah.
I wish they would have kept him in because he would have had a great like comeback story. I feel like.
Yeah, he was a great character. I love that movie. It was fantastic. But Nick, other than what we just talked about, anything else kind of happened during your week? Anything exciting?
Oh, I did watch Kill Bill for the first time.
Really? For the first time?
Yeah, I've only seen it like partially on TV.
So you just watched Volume 1 then?
Just watch Volume 1. I need to watch Volume 2. But that movie is pretty fun.
Yeah, like, it's fantastic.
It's over the top, like so bloody, so gory, but it's just it's like stupid gory, so it's not super gross.
Yeah, I think Volume 2 is even worse gore wise.
Really?
Yeah. What I can't remember. In Volume 1, did they fight it's when they go to that Japanese like
temple,
yeah. Was that the first one?
That was the final fight.
Okay. Then maybe 2 isn't as worse because that's a pretty bloody scene.
Just dismembering people left and right.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah, those are great movies.
But yeah, aside from that, just been chilling. Just been playing some Pokemon Snap.
Little Pokemon.
Little segue.
You're gonna make me wanna. Got a feeling you're gonna make me want to play. I've been watching like I recorded a top 5 video of Pokemon spin-off games. It's on YouTube, by the way. That's on my Reptar.
Okay, I checked.
Yeah, I've got it finished. And I was just looking at old Pokemon games and was watching some Pokemon Snap stuff. And then I started watching this guy on Twitch that I follow, and he was playing Pokemon Snap. So I was like, man, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a very relaxing, very chill time. So, but yeah, let's dive into what do you want to talk about our top 5 stuff we have, or do you want to talk about what games we've been playing first?
Let's do top 5. Let's do top 5 first. Yeah,
cool.
So and you're talking about the Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Okay. So today, me and Harrison were discussing over text, and I decided to create a top 5 mainline Resident Evils on our website gamewiththeRose.com. And our top 5, they ended up being pretty similar, but we'll run through real quick and just discuss a little bit. So my number 5 was Resident Evil 5. And I get that a lot of people think that that's not a very great game. And keep in mind, we're just ranking 1 through 7. So not the spinoffs or side games or anything.
Yeah.
But 5 is pretty fun. 5 is like a good co-op experience. Like not a great single player, but cooperatively, it's so fun.
Yeah, I think 5 gets a really bad rap just because it's the follow-up to 4, and there's a lot of hype going into this, and I think for the most part it holds up really well. I mean, obviously single player wise, don't do that. Like Shiva as an AI partner kind of sucks. Like she doesn't do much. And that was kind of most games back then. Co-op wise, like the co-op partner was always terrible, and you ended up doing everything yourself. But yeah, as a co-op game, like this is such a fun experience. It's not. I mean, you got a lot of different kind of enemies to fight, big over the top bosses. It's ridiculous. You know, at the end, Chris is literally punching a boulder with this giant watermelon arms. I'm glad in Resident Evil 7 they toned him down because he was looking like the steroid man. It was kind of ridiculous.
He looks so different in 7, even from 7 to 8. They just cannot land on a face for Chris. It just changes every game.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your number 5?
What was it? Let me go to the website. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 3 remake. I love this game. I think, you know, obviously it's not as good as 2, the 2 remake, and the fact that Capcom cut out the clock tower section was kind of weird. Now, I played a little bit of Resident Evil 3 back in the day, so maybe that clock tower section was just bad and they cut it. I'm not really sure why they cut it. I don't know if they've ever talked about it, to be honest. But it's weird that it's like when you go to the train area in the game and you're moving throughout the train or whatever, you see the clock tower there, so it's there. They just cut it. And Resident Evil 3 is already a super super short game, even on your first playthrough, which I don't mind at all, just because like I probably replayed it 7 times just to get all the achievements. So I loved it. I don't think it's quite as good as the others on the list, but just the fact that it's so short. But as a remake, it looks gorgeous. The gameplay is great. It's just like 2, except it's a little bit more actiony than 2 was.
Little less survival horror, more action.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was a great game though.
Yeah, that's mainly because of Carlos, like playing as Carlos in the police department, because you have an assault rifle. So obviously you're mowing down enemies.
Yeah, but that hair looked great, man. That sweaty hair he had. Ooh.
Yeah, looks good, man. That RE engine, whew,
yeah,
makes some good hair.
Yeah, he has a great hair.
Well, that was my number 4 on my list. So what was your number 4?
Resident Evil 5.
Perfect.
So yeah, let's move on to what was your number 3?
My number 3 was Resident Evil 2 remake.
Okay, so that's exactly what mine has. So nice.
Okay. Yeah, great. I mean, Resident Evil 2 is like the perfect remake. They did everything right. They captured the feeling of the first game, but built on it in such a way where they modernized it and made it feel really, really great to play.
Yeah. It was super, super intense, very like suspenseful. Like the first time you go into the police department and you're kind of having to like circle around that giant room, and it's it's a very cool game. And then just having Mr. X constantly follow you basically throughout the whole game. But specifically in the police station, it's pretty intense at sometimes.
Pretty scary. Those footsteps, man. They're, like you can hear them coming from miles away. It feels
and then like when he peeks into the room and like has to like peek on, like go underneath the door frame, and then you're just pray that he doesn't come after you. And hopefully Lady
Dimitrescu.
I think it's Dimitrescu.
It's just Dimitrescu.
Yeah, because I know Ethan says it at some point during the demo. So I think it's Lady Dimitrescu. Hopefully she I know she's supposed to be kind of like a Mr. X style monster. So hopefully it's as tense or not, if not more, for her. But definitely looking forward to Resident. Man, that game. We'll talk about it here in a little bit, but can't wait. Final thoughts on RE2?
Great. I mean, I thought RE2, because a lot of Resident Evil games falter in the back half. I thought Resident Evil 2 did the back half better than some other Resident Evil games.
Yeah, for sure.
Mainly like Resident Evil 7, and
Yep.
Resident Evil 3, I guess. I mean, that one ended with a lab.
It ended with the lab,
quick.
but it was like so short that it almost
is like inconsequential.
Yeah,
almost.
like that lab section is maybe 20 to 30 minutes on like your first run through. And then after that, once you get like the rocket launcher and stuff, you could blow through it in 5 minutes. So it's pretty short compared to most. Like that, the boat section at the end of RE7, I mean, we were just talking about it, but it was so long, and just the molded were super great enemies. And that's probably my biggest improvement that I wanted to see from RE8 is just different enemy varieties, and we've already kind of seen them within the demo.
Looks like
stuff.
That's so already happening.
Yeah. So pretty cool stuff. So our number 2 and our number 1 are reversed as well. So well, I guess I'll start real quick. So Resident Evil 4 is my number 2. Obviously, like this is like the kind of what's considered like the best Resident Evil in the series. It was an absolute masterpiece back in its day. I don't think it's definitely in need of a remake like 2 and 3, in my opinion. It sounds like Capcom is doing that with all the rumors and stuff. So that's awesome, and I can't wait to see that. But like the gameplay doesn't quite hold up, like the shooting and stuff from like today's standard. So but yeah, I mean, it's still such a fantastic game. Like I love like the inventory system back in the day for that thing.
Glad that's coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So yeah, super excited to play this remake eventually. But yeah, 4 was great. 4 was great.
And my number 2 was Resident Evil 7.
Yep.
I have it at number 2 for the reasons I talked about earlier, just kind of the back half slipping a little bit. If the whole game was on the Baker property and like there was maybe like another area that they could have thought of rather than having a boat, which made sense like from a story perspective, but then going down into the mines, like that really didn't make sense until you played the DLC. But other than that, it was just kind of a thing that you did. So
yeah, the mines I didn't love the mines at all. Yeah, that kind of sucked until like I was replaying it and stuff and had like better weapons and stuff like that. But yeah, Resident Evil 7. I mean, it's considered like a soft reboot of the series. Kind of strips away all the kind of crazy nonsense that came from like 5 and 6, and just kind of broke it down to like its original roots, and just having that feeling of being in a haunted house again. And man, just that first like maybe 4 hours of that game is so fantastic. Just
perfect.
Going through all the Jack stuff and trying to get around him, and then the first time you fight him in the garage was awesome. And just how like gory and just atmospheric this game is.
Oh yeah, getting your hand cut off was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that opening was incredible when you're fighting finding Mia for the first time. Just awesome stuff.
Yeah,
awesome stuff.
Great game. Like, and it's so exciting that the developers of Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil 8 are saying that it's kind of a mishmash of 4 and 7.
Yeah,
both of our favorite games. You know, so it's like the perfect match.
Yeah, it sounds like this is like going to be a perfect game for us. It was made for us.
It was made for us, man. Can't wait. But yeah, that's our top 5. Harrison's number 1 was RE7, and mine was RE4. I'm excited for the VR version of Resident Evil 4. It's coming to Oculus Quest 2.
Yeah, I definitely plan on picking that up for sure.
Buy it again, man. Did you ever buy it on the Switch?
RE4?
Yeah.
No, I passed on it.
I can't remember if they added motion controls or not, but
I don't think they did, and that's the reason why I didn't pick it up actually, because
man,
I did guy. That's the only. It's probably my favorite motion control game of all time. It's great. Like that Wii version is so good. Just compared to just regular kind of control stick stuff, like it makes that game a lot easier to kind of maneuver and aim and stuff. That Wii version was freaking awesome.
Yeah. The waggle to run away from the boulders.
Yeah, that wasn't great, but I mean, it was what? I mean, it was better than mashing a button, I guess. So
That's true.
Real quickly, and like I mentioned before, I did a whole video on this. It's the kind of in celebration of Pokemon Snap coming out, the new one. I did a top 5 of my personal. Nick doesn't have one unless you do.
I want to hear yours. I don't even know what's out there.
Yeah, so it's my top 5 Pokemon spin-off games that isn't considered like the main series stuff. So at number 5, I've got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. Now I know this is considered like kind of like a remake or a remaster of like the original games, but it's different enough that I considered it. And, it's my list, so I'm gonna consider it. I'm gonna leave it on there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the people's list.
It's the people's list. But yeah, it's different enough, mainly because it has the Pokemon Go mechanic of catching. Like you still have like your battles with trainers and stuff, but as you walk through the world, this is the first game where you see them kind of out in the wild, because this was before Pokemon Sword and Shield came out. So it was kind of like a taste of what to come. And then Pokemon Sword and Shield just absolutely under delivered, but that's a whole nother game. Or a whole nother thought in general. But yeah, I thought just being able to see like the original Kanto region, kind of like a better 3D kind of aspect was a gorgeous game too. And then seeing all the Pokemon roaming around was awesome. Yeah, it was super cool. I really enjoyed that game. Number 4, I've got Pokemon Snapdown. I had to include this somewhere in this list just because it's based off of the new one. But
this is original, right? This is the original for the 64.
I mentioned that this is really kind of the first time you get to see like Pokemon in 3D, and it's such a different experience than most other games on this list. It's obviously the kind of the core concept is taking pictures of Pokemon and making them do different things, like throwing apples at them and kind of trying to get them, like some you can get to evolve and do other stuff and unlock other like little secret areas. So it was a pretty different game than like the original games, and it was awesome for the first time.
Yeah,
just going through that game. At number 3, I have got Pokemon Coliseum listed here. So
that's a good one.
And again, I talked about in the video, but I considered like doing maybe Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Stadium 2 instead of this game. But Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 didn't have like a single player campaign at all. It was just kind of like just PvP or PvP battles and stuff like that. So Pokemon Coliseum is like where they really take that formula and actually add like a story to it. And that's the first time like they have the shadow Pokemon in the game, which is cool, and you have to like purify them. And Pokemon also kind of wander around the game too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then at number 2, I have got Pokemon Go as a number 2. Yes, nice. Pokemon spin-off game. So I mean, it's Pokemon Go. I mean, back when that came out in 2016, like the zeitgeist around this game was almost unmatched. Like,
yeah, it was unreal.
It was very close to like the Wii when the Wii first came out, and like that incredible experience of like just everybody wanting a Wii. Like it didn't matter how old you were, like you just wanted one. Just most people got it just to play Wii Sports,
and that's okay.
And that's okay because that game is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, just playing that for the first time was pretty awesome, and I thought Niantic was very smart to just release the original 151 and then kind of slowly trickle in the other generations over time to obviously, when that happened, like there would be spikes in revenue because people are buying Pokeballs and a whole bunch of other stuff. And for anybody that's not playing the game anymore, I mean, they've added so much stuff like PvP, raid battling, trading. They eventually introduced like shinies into the game, which unfortunately I feel like that's where the game is kind of at right now. It's just like everyone cares about shinies. Now some hardcore people still care about like raiding and PvP.
And like min-maxing their Pokemon. And
yeah, and I never got into that kind of stuff. I did enjoy raiding for a while, but I eventually fell off. But I still pop open that game every once in a while and shiny check, and then I'll close it out.
Check.
But yeah, Pokemon Go was incredible, and it still is. It still makes a freaking ton of money. So it's still up there. And I don't think they've released all the generations yet, so there's still more stuff to come with that. But at number 1 is Pokemon Ranger. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this game at all, but basically, this was probably the most unique game, in my opinion, for a spinoff game. There's no catching in this game. What you do is you're considered a Pokemon Ranger, and you have this thing called a capture styler, where you would take the stylus on the DS, because it was a DS game, and you would draw around the Pokemon, and you have to do it so many times in order to catch it. And then you can use Pokemon that you have temporarily caught to help in further battles, such as like a water type Pokemon, like bubbles would come around the Pokemon and like immobilize them, and they can't attack or defend or anything. So it was a super, super awesome game. And it had 2 sequels, which I don't know if I definitely know I played one of the sequels, but I don't know if I ever played the third one.
I didn't know that. I knew there was a sequel. I didn't know there's another.
Yeah. So obviously this game did, decently well to have those. And I wish they would put this on the Switch, because like I feel like it would be kind of perfect.
As like a touchscreen or a handheld only game, or
would you use like maybe it would have to be obviously handheld only, just to use the touch
or use gyro.
But I guess you could use.
You couldn't do that fast enough to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you tried using like the Joy-Con as a motion control, maybe that could work. I don't know how well that would, or maybe if they did like a remake of it, maybe they could incorporate that better. But yeah, I would love to see this series return, because I thought it was awesome back in the day.
Yeah. That's one of those games. It's like it's stuck on the console that it came out on, because it was built around it. Like a lot of that.
Hit my mic. Did you ever play this game, Nick?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't play through it all the way, but
okay.
I played a decent amount of it. And I remember I think you accidentally deleted your save file, right?
Probably. Jesus, I have like a bad history of that.
But it was a fun game. I think that game would have done really well on like a 3DS XL, or like a new 3DS XL, just with a bigger bottom screen to work with.
Yeah, because I never played it on the 3DS XL or tried to.
Yeah.
I might have to go pick that game up and see if I can find it for cheap, or if it's not like overly priced somewhere. But
nice.
Yeah, that is my top 5. I tried to be like as different as possible, but was still obviously making it like within my personal ranking. So yeah, I had a lot of fun typing up everything, and getting it ready to go. But yeah, check out the video. I'll go into a little bit more details on that than here, but I still wanted to share it. So yeah,
I like it.
Cool. Well, before we jump into what we've been playing, Nick, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna go grab me some water. All right, let's jump into what we have been playing this week. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'm itching to talk about Pokemon Snap.
Yes, let's hear it.
I'm about 7 hours deep as of now. Like I think I picked it up on Saturday and just been playing it on and off since then. I feel like everyone's kind of familiar with what Pokemon Snap is, but for those who don't know, it's a game where you're playing in this area called the Lintel region, just a Pokemon region. It's kind of a set of islands, and you go through these predetermined on rails maps, and throughout your time through these maps, it takes like 3 to 5 minutes to get through each map. But sorry, I just watched you take a look at that lollipop.
It had hair on it. I was like, oh,
great.
I'll take the L for this and have it.
Yeah. But during your playthrough of each map, you take pictures of Pokemon, and they'll do different poses, and they'll interact with each other, and you can throw fruits at them, and they'll eat the fruits, and you can take pictures of them eating the fruits, so you can hit them with fruits. And there's like this kind of scan that you can use, and then you can play them like a lullaby of sorts, and some Pokemon will react to it and others won't. But you go through and you take all these pictures of Pokemon, and I think you have 72 photos per run you can take, and you'll go through, and then you'll pick your best photo from each Pokemon. And there's 4 different star systems. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 stars. So depending on the Pokemon's pose when you take a picture, it'll either be a 1-star picture or a 4-star. And the ultimate goal is to get a picture from each star to complete your set of pictures for that Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So each time you go through a level, and let's say this time you're looking for a 3-star, like you want to get a 3-star because you've already gotten a 1-star, 2-star, and 4-star picture. You would try to get a Pokemon to do a certain thing, a certain different thing than what you've already done before. So you could throw a fruit at it, you could throw a fruit to it and have it eat the fruit, or you could find another way to make it react in a way where you can get a picture and get that star. So once you've taken a picture, then the professor will rate that picture and you'll either get like a bronze through platinum star ranking, and then you just kind of do that ad nauseum until
So
you're done.
So you only get to pick one picture per Pokemon per like session or a run?
Per run, yeah. So if you take a picture, like this happens a lot. You'll take a couple of pictures of one Pokemon and they'll be like a mishmash of 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star pictures. So you just pick one from there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I can't remember if that's like the first game or not.
I think that part's a little bit different.
Okay.
It increases the replayability a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of forces it on you, I guess. But that's fine.
It's not like you have to play through the same level, because you'll see these Pokemon in different levels.
Okay, that's cool.
You can fill it out there. I think I've unlocked like 8 or so levels, and then some of them have day and night variants that have different Pokemon in each one.
Okay.
Like the environments are about as varied as you'd expect. There's jungles, there's volcanoes and beaches, and you go underwater, you go into a volcano, like kind of what you'd expect from like a Pokemon Snap type game, just hitting all the environments and those types of things. But it's been really, really fun so far. Like I've really enjoyed my time with it, and just discovering these new Pokemon and finding new ways to draw Pokemon out and interact with them has been so fun. Like it's relaxing and stressful at the same time, because like when you get to a new level, there's just so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a little bit different than the first Pokemon Snap, where there's kind of minimal activity going on around you. But with this one, there's a bunch of stuff happening to your left, to your right, up above you sometimes, and you're just trying to like capture it all. But
cool.
But the good part is you can just replay it. You can just get through it again.
How long is like each run?
Like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, not bad.
And then for each level, there's an expedition level. So like level 1, 2, 3, 4. And each time you gain a level in that, each time you level up in that area, something different will happen. Like some of the Pokemon will act differently, or sometimes a new Pokemon will appear. So there are different areas there to go to, and then each area has different levels, which kind of creates different variants of what could happen. And then some of them have like the day and night cycles. So there's kind of a lot to it. Like there's a lot more than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
And then you have like your like Pokepedia, whatever, where you can look at all of your Pokemon pictures and stuff, and you can upload pictures online. And yeah, there's a lot. There's like all these stats and achievements that you can unlock, and people will send you requests of like, take a picture of this Pokemon doing this thing, or it'll give you like a blank area and say, I think there's a Pokemon here.
Okay.
To kind of incite you to throw like a fruit at it or something like that.
So with you being, you said you were about 7.5 hours in.
Yeah.
Do you have like kind of an idea of how many levels there are, or have you unlocked them all and are a big one back?
I really don't know. Like, I think there are a good amount left, because there are a set number of special Pokemon. They're called like Luminar Pokemon, and they're a set number, and I've already done a good majority of them. So I wonder how the end is gonna play out. I heard that there's a point where you get to where it's a little bit grindy and a little bit confusing on what to do next.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm there yet or not, or if I've already passed that, but I've just had fun like even when I've unlocked new levels, just going back to the same level and replaying it to increase the expedition level and just to get those best photos.
Best photos.
Yeah,
I almost
fun.
I went to Walmart on Friday to get some stuff for the party, and I almost picked it up. They always got them on sale, like $10 off for like every new game. Like so it was like $50.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's funny. I still saw Super Mario 3D All Stars there. I was like,
still hanging out.
Yeah, still hanging out. I guess people, maybe that's just our last of their inventory because it was only like 5 or 6 left.
Okay,
but I was like, okay, well, I guess it's still out there if people want to get it. So, anyways, yeah, I want to pick this game up. I may just pick it up like tonight or something and have it and play it for a little bit because I know when Resident Evil 5 comes or 5 when Resident Evil 8 comes, that's it. That's all I'm playing.
That's it.
So, yeah,
it's a really, really fun game. And I don't know, like if you weren't a fan of the original Pokemon Snap, I don't know.
Probably not for you.
This.
Yeah,
it's probably not for you. Like if you didn't like it because of lack of content, then this game would be your cup of tea. And if you liked the original game, then you would love this one because it's just that, but way more of it and way more variety. I mean, way more Pokemon at least.
Gotcha. So definitely sounds like it's got some bang for its buck then, because that was like my biggest worry is it was going to be kind of not necessarily overpriced, but I mean, just basing it off of the first Pokemon Snap that, yeah, it was super short, even with all the replayability and stuff like that. It was still like a really short game. So
yeah, I can see this taking about 12 to 15 hours to beat and then maybe 30 hours to complete. So that's
okay. So that's pretty
good chunk of stuff to do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, how is that? Is it like pretty awesome seeing like some of the bigger Pokemon throughout the world and stuff?
Yeah, there were some Pokemon and just the way they moved. Like, okay, quick spoilers for one of the Pokemon that's in Pokemon Snap, but Typhlosion is in there.
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't know that Typhlosion moved on all fours. I thought Typhlosion moves on just its 2 feet. I thought it was bipedal or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
It's like a ferret.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, it's cool seeing just.
Have you are you playing it on handheld or are you playing it on the TV or docked?
Mainly docked.
Okay.
So far.
Cool. It just from all the videos and stuff, it looks like a pretty beautiful game too.
Yeah. Cool. There's some environments that are more beautiful than others, but
right. Cool. Well, I'm definitely excited to play it at some point.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Whether that's this week or beyond, but we'll see.
Nice. Oh, and quick anecdote on Monster Hunter, which I now talk about every week, but I got to the end game.
Nice.
So I rolled credits before, but that was just for the Village Hub, and then there's the Gathering Hub where you go up to 7-star quests. So I got all the way through that, and I did like the final boss, at least until the May update. But
okay.
I got to the end game. My hunter cap, my hunter rank is unlocked now, so I can go as high as I want. And then they added that, or they had that April update, which had a bunch of new monsters and some new stuff in there. So if you're on the fence about getting Monster Hunter Rise, I would definitely recommend it, especially with all the stuff they still plan to add to the game. Like it's a complete at this point to me, because I still haven't gone through everything, but there's still more coming.
Sweet.
So, fun game.
Yeah. Love to hear that when developers like have some nice post content ready to go. And still had like a big game that was definitely worth paying for.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Capcom's killing
it, man. Killing it. Is that everything you've been playing?
Aside from some Pistol Whip on the Oculus Quest 2. That's it. That's a fun game. Rhythm-based shooting game. So check it out if you have the Quest 2.
Cool.
But what have you been playing? I see some cool stuff on your list.
Yeah. I've finished Outriders this week or last week, I guess.
Nice.
It was a cool game. The end boss was pretty cool. I definitely had to lower the difficulty like just about all the way down to like easy, because like the boss was just super hard. Because like I mentioned on previous podcasts, it really gets to the point where you have to have or wants you to have multiple people when you're in your your highest world tier. So that was a little bit of a bummer because I wanted to try to play it as hard as possible. But I did unlock the end game of it, and it's pretty cool. I don't want to necessarily spoil it for people that, since it's only been a month old or whatever. But the way they incorporate the story and then what to do after it is really neat. And I'll leave it at that because I want people to experience it for the first time. But it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Big bummer about the end though. The audio and the lip syncing did not match at all.
Oh god.
So it was pretty brutal. And it really took me out of the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Experience.
Yeah, out of the experience a little bit. Yeah, the immersion. There we go. Out of the immersion of that game. Which that game has a lot of glitches and a lot of weird. That's not the first time that something like that happened. I've had parts where the characters were talking and the only thing that was moving was their lips. Their cheeks didn't move, and they like sunk into their face. It was very weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I really like this game. I know a lot of people didn't just because of all the glitchy stuff. I didn't have a lot of weird stuff happen to me. Mainly it was just kind of like audio stuff that was happening, but I never really got kicked out of the game for server issues.
No lost progress or anything.
Yeah, no lost progress. Still very weird that you can't pause in that game unless you like go to the Xbox home screen, and then if you stay on there too long, it'll kick you out of the server. So very weird that it doesn't have that, but
yeah, strange.
Yeah, as a playing it now, I'm glad it's Game Pass. I don't know if I wanted to pay $60 for this game.
How long did it take you to beat it?
I don't know if it actually gives you the time on there. It was definitely over 20 hours. I mean, it was
okay.
pretty
long,
pretty lengthy game. And it takes you to some really interesting environments, which is cool. And there's just a ton of different enemy variety as well. So between like human factions and monsters and stuff like that. So
nice.
I don't know if you plan on going back to this or not.
I want to. I just but I've been caught up with other games at the moment.
Played a little bit more of It Takes Two. I played about another hour or so of it with my wife. Slowly getting through it. So freaking cool, man. This is definitely gonna probably be my top 10 list at the end of the year. I'm thinking, and unless there's just some crazy stuff that's gonna come out, between now and then. But yeah, what a game, dude! It's
phenomenal,
it's brilliant.
It's, so
it's absolutely brilliant. I'm trying to think where we're kind of at, and so I can maybe get an idea of how long I got left.
Are you still in the room in the girls' room?
Where did we end up? We just got. We're at the part where you have to push, I think, the marble through an area, and we stopped right at that point. The marble.
Have you? Okay, then push a marble through the area.
Yeah, you have to it looks like we have to we're trying to get to the elephant.
Oh, you're trying to get to the elephant.
Yeah. We're like right at the castle, I guess.
Yeah, that's you got to play some more and just finish that part out, because that was. Oh.
We stopped right as that part started because it was already like midnight at this point, so I was like, let's go ahead and stop because I feel like this part's gonna be a little hard.
Yeah.
But are we pretty close to the end then?
No.
Oh my gosh,
you're not. No, you're close to about. You got like 5 hours left, 5 or 6 hours left.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because there's a thing where you have to do 4 separate kind of hour-long missions.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Shoot.
Yeah, you got a while.
Okay. Cool. We'll have to bust through this game then.
Yeah.
I played some Titanfall 2 today. I did some multiplayer. I was gonna jump into single player, but then I started working on the Pokemon YouTube video. But yeah, man, that multiplayer is fun. It's fun just diving off the walls and jumping around, and getting your Titan is pretty fun, and being able to jump out of your Titan and it also follows you around and does damage on its own is pretty sick. I'm probably gonna play a little bit more. of it, because it's that multiplayer is super fun. It feels really good to shoot.
Yeah,
super
the
good.
wall running, like, it's so much better than whatever games that came out around, like Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 5 or no, Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1, I think. And I totally forgot that it had like a grappling hook too, so that kind of caught me by surprise.
Oh right, yeah.
Super super cool game. But other than that, that is pretty much it. Other than, of course, had to check out the Resident Evil demo. I know you've played it too. So let's go ahead and dive into our thoughts, because I'm excited.
So which one did you start with? Did you start with Village or Castle?
I started with the Village first.
Same.
Because I figured it would probably be more actiony, which it was. But yeah, just getting to that game. Oh my god! It first of all, it looks gorgeous. Like it looks fantastic with the kind of like that blue kind of snowy environmental look that it has going on. And just it being super tense too. And then
sneaking around the lichens. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. Did you fight them, or did you just sneak around them?
No, I fought him. I got a mine, and I put out the mine, and I used a shotgun.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. I tried shoot. I killed 2 of them with like the shotgun and the pistol combination. There was another one, and I had ran out of ammo at this point. And I went back into the shed and found that mine and used it and killed it. But and it's like this with like a lot of horror games. The characters are super stupid. Like the people that you find, just like their actions.
The ones that didn't like go out the window and climb over and
I don't want to spoil anything or anything like that, but yeah, there's some questionable decisions by some of the characters in the game, and just their actions and how they react to you, and then also people you try to save. It's funny because it happens like that a lot in video games. You're just like, what are you doing? Just come on, just come with me, and we'll survive. So
I hope we see more of those people. I'm not going to get too specific, but they're not dead. I don't know how else to say it.
I don't know. I feel like they probably are dead. Because like that whole room got murdered, so we'll see.
Well, it's the theory that if you didn't see him die, then
true.
If they don't have an on-screen death, and they don't die.
Yeah, I guess you don't physically see them like die or whatever. Yeah, that's probably right. But yeah, that village section was awesome. Got a little experience that.
Little taste of what's. I'm excited to like just roam around the village. I'm assuming it's a lot bigger than what we saw, but
yeah, hopefully. Well, yeah, because there's like a whole kind of section that it cuts off right after you you open up that door. So there's probably a lot more to like the village section. But yeah, I mean, I do want to try it with turning off that acceleration that you mentioned.
Yeah, the aim acceleration,
because it does feel like kind of weird walking around. It didn't feel quite as good as 7, and I wanted to go back and play 7 and just see if it was that way, and I'm just remembering wrong. But it sounds like the way to go is turning that off.
Yeah, for those interested in Resident Evil Village, turn off aim acceleration in the settings. I think it's like on high by default. So if you turn that off, it'll feel like a normal FPS game. I don't know why aim acceleration is a thing, but it just feels so unnatural.
Yeah. It felt super slow, and I had trouble like aiming and keeping up with the monsters, the lichens or whatever. So I'm glad that's an option to take off, because I definitely will when I pick it up on Friday. Any kind of thoughts on like the village demo? Last thoughts?
No specific thoughts. I thought the story moments were pretty intense. They were pretty cool. Yeah. Like you really see like a more charismatic side of Ethan just right out the gate.
Yeah.
He's already over it, you know?
Yeah. He's like, why is this happening to me again? So yeah, he's definitely got more personality than he did in 7, which they said they were going to work on. So that's cool. And I like the fact that again, it's like all one, not necessarily cutscene, but like one take. So like you flow into the cutscenes, you know, as you would, and you come out very naturally. So that's cool.
Yeah. All right, what about the castle? Castle demo.
Castle's cool. It's definitely awesome seeing like how big it is and like all the details that are into all the like the art and like silverware and cup, like just have like seeing all like the different cups and stuff and being able to like pick them up and see like
all
the
these
blood
cups.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And was cool. I'm glad we got to see the Duke for the first time as well, playing with his
big boy.
Getting to see his inventory stash that he had was cool.
Classic Resident Evil 4 type stuff right there. I mean, even the inventory system is
I didn't even think to mess with the inventory stuff, like or to move it around, because I guess it didn't matter because he didn't really have enough stuff. I did not realize at first when I don't know what one of the sisters' names is or daughters. Didn't realize that you couldn't kill her, I guess. And I just ended up running at the end of the day. So I like lost a lot of ammo at that part.
Right before you went down to the cellar too. That's when you need it.
Well, I ended up getting more, but once you get down to that cellar, it's super creepy. Just hearing like the monsters or whatever in the background and kind of learning how they were created or whatever, and like who it doesn't go into a lot of details, but just the little notes you pick up and like who took on whatever the best. And I don't know, like some of the notes had they had like high appetites or something like that. So yeah, that was cool. And then fighting them for the first time was pretty cool.
They move similar to like Resident Evil 2 zombies, except faster. Yeah, they'll dip to the left or right.
Yeah, super cool. So yeah, off the bat, already two different. Well, I'm not going to count boss characters, but already two different types of enemies so far in the game, which is one more than Resident Evil 7 had. So that's good.
Oh, Resident Evil 7 had exactly two types of base.
Well, they had the mold and they had like the big mold, right?
Well, no, that's three. Sorry, they had the little guys that walked around, or the crawled, and the little spider.
Oh type. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. So they had three, and then they had the boss characters. So
yeah, I'm wondering how long the castle section is going to be, because that's just one of the four like villains, or one of the four people.
Yeah,
I'm wondering, like, since that's Lady Demetrius.
I can't remember how she. What do you think? I mean, I'm thinking that it might be like a combination, right? Of like, maybe you go into the castle and either through something in the story, you get taken back out or something like that. Like, I don't think it'll just be village and then you'll go to the castle.
Well, it's not Resident Evil Castle.
What?
It's not Resident Evil Castle. It's Resident Evil Village. So the castle is probably part of it, and then like, what's his name? Heisenberg probably had. Oh yeah, Heisenberg's factory. That's one of them.
Oh yeah.
One of the areas, and then Lady, whatever, I can't remember her name. Benevolent.
Lady D.
Dude, these names, Lady D. Wait, no, there's Lady B.
Oh, I don't know the other people's names.
Oh, but there's two more that I think have their own sections.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's kind of like Resident Evil 7 had like different sections, like the house was like Jack's place, and then you had Lucas's funhouse thing,
garage,
and then,
maybe.
Yeah, and then I can't remember the wife's name, but her big area, Margaret, yeah,
her boathouse.
Yeah, the boathouse area.
Yeah, maybe the castle will be like a central point.
Yeah, maybe there'll be like I said, like just like it'll weave in kind of in and out. Like you don't necessarily once you get to the castle, maybe it'll change. I don't know. I do hope there's a lot of outside areas too, though. Like the village demo. I don't want the whole thing to take place inside. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very, very pleased from the demo. It gave me enough. The whole timed thing I don't love.
It's silly.
Just because it gives you like, it makes you have to kind of rush through it. And like Resident Evil is not a game that you rush through because there's so much stuff to find and notes to find and stuff like that. So weird that they do that. I don't love that. I thought the 7 demo that they had, the coin demo, was awesome and just very different than a typical demo. But I mean, I'm still excited. I still had a blast playing it. I'm very looking forward to see what happens next.
Yeah, I think this is my most anticipated game yet.
Yeah,
of this year.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. That we know of. Who knows what can
that we know
of? Who knows what can happen in the coming months? But yeah, for sure. For right now, yeah, this game looks incredible. Looks incredible.
Yep.
Any final thoughts on Resident Evil demo?
No final thoughts, but by the time people who are listening to this, just like the audio version, there will probably be reviews up of the game. So hopefully it reviews pretty well. I could see it like in between 8 and 9. Right, between 80 and 90 on Metacritic.
Yeah, I think that's where 7 ended up, right? Like between 80 and 90, something like that for most people. Hopefully it's better than that. Hopefully this game's like a freaking masterpiece. Like I would love that. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I'm it's day one for me. So
yeah, oh
yeah.
Day zero.
Let's jump into some of the news that happened this week.
Yeah, so speaking of Resident Evil, ReVerse or Reverse, the multiplayer game that was coming alongside Resident Evil Village, and I think it was free for those who own Village, and it was going to be paid for those who didn't. But it's delayed to this summer.
Okay.
Instead of launching on May 7th. So I guess they had that beta. I'm assuming it didn't go over too well. I mean, I don't know why they're still doing like Resident Evil multiplayer games, but they're taking stabs at it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, they definitely are. They're generally not great. So yeah, like you said, they keep trying. They keep trying to do this, and maybe they'll get it right with this one. I didn't play that beta. I heard that it was pretty. I don't know if the gameplay wise it was bad, but like just the server, a lot of server issues, performance issues. So maybe they've obviously that's probably why they delayed it. So I mean, good for them for delaying it, Matt. If they want to get it into people's hands, hopefully they don't wait too long, because I mean, I don't know how long people are going to be playing Resident Evil 8, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But maybe that'll get people back in, or maybe it'll be like another marketing strategy. Be like, hey, if you haven't purchased 8 yet, multiplayer's out, so maybe it'll get people in there.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Did they give it an exact date in summer, or did they just said summer?
They just said summer.
Okay.
Unfortunately. All right, what else we got here? Toys for Bob, the developers of the Crash and Spyro remakes, they are now developing for COD Warzone instead of doing anything else. And I think as a result of this, the company suffered some layoffs, and Activision even stated that, or it was reported that most devs under Activision are working on Warzone at this point.
Why? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess Warzone's a huge moneymaker for them because they don't really got a lot going on. But I feel like, I mean, Toys for Bob with Spyro and did they do the Tony Hawk remaster?
No, that was, oh shit, who was that? It wasn't them, but that company got dissolved into Activision. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find it here. Vicarious Visions.
Vicarious, yeah. Well, they were owned by Activision, and they dissolved it, and now those employees are just like working within Activision. I'm assuming they're working on Warzone as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like Activision's in like obviously they own Blizzard too, so they're not necessarily hurting for money. But why wouldn't you want, like, especially Toys for Bob? Like, I thought Spyro was excellent. A lot of people like that Crash, the new Crash game, and then like the Crash remaster. It's like I feel like they had a good thing going.
And now they're putting all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, and I mean,
COD.
I know Warzone's like huge. I mean, I've never really got into it, but yeah, it's weird that they wouldn't.
Keep these and kind of diversify their portfolio. I mean, Well, they lost Destiny, right? Like
Yeah.
Bungie got out of that deal.
Yep.
And you know,
went free to play and stuff, and sounds like they're doing much better than they did before. So
so this is all they have left. But yeah, I'm a little worried about Activision. It sounds like they're making some EA level decisions that are gonna bite them in the ass pretty soon. I mean,
yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, I wouldn't want to put all my eggs into one basket with Warzone. It's already weird anyway. It's just like with the whole, I mean, like what was the last Call of Duty game? Black Ops, Cold War.
Cold War, yeah.
With them, I mean, they added like some content to that, like some Cold War stuff. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people still play it, so I don't necessarily like dog on it, but
yeah,
I guess it's just not for me. I never like I haven't been a Call of Duty fan, God, really since like Black Ops 2. So
I mean, I did like the Blackout. I guess that was for Black Ops 2, like the Blackout War.
Oh, Black Ops 4, whatever the Blackout mode they had. I liked it. I didn't play a ton of it. I actually just preferred the regular, like 5v5, 6v v6 Call of Duty. That's what I've kind of always liked. I don't like tons of battle royale stuff anymore. So
yeah, not super into it. After my Fortnite binge back in a few years ago, whatever. Yeah, kind of out of it now.
Hey Nick, do you think 2 years since Super Mario Party got released, do you think they would add any more online modes to it?
No.
If you say no, then you're wrong, because they did. I don't. What do they add? I actually didn't like.
Well, they added the ability to play like actual Super Mario Party wards online.
Oh,
I think you can only play like 10 mini games online beforehand.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay. I didn't know you couldn't play online.
Yeah, you can play online now. I feel like this update would have done really well last summer.
Maybe during like the 35th anniversary for Mario. That would have been like a neat kind of thing to throw in there. It's weird. I wonder what the reasoning is behind this.
I feel like they could have just done a Super Mario Party 2.
Yeah, or maybe like
had it online.
Or maybe did like a free to play Super Mario Party game or something with like unlocked cosmetics or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't speak to this much since I never picked up Super Mario Party when it came out. I don't think you did either, right?
I thought about it when it went on sale for like 40 at some point. But I can't. I don't know. It never looked super great. I mean, I haven't played Mario Party in years and years, so it was great back in the day, like on the GameCube and stuff and 64. Like I loved it. But yeah, I haven't played it, and I probably won't end up picking this one up at any point. So.
Yeah. I'm happy for the people who do want to play this online. Have been itching to do that. I hope it kind of runs well and that you're able to suspend your game if someone like disconnects or something, because those games can get pretty long.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully that works as intended. That's it.
But next up was leaked and now confirmed, but Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is getting a free next-gen upgrade this summer. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, did they announce, are they adding anything to the game, or is it strictly just boosts and stuff?
I think it's just boosts.
Gotcha. Damn. I mean, obviously it ran super. I thought it ran pretty great when I played it back in November when we first got the Xbox Series X. In that kind of performance mode, whatever it had.
And then it had another update earlier this year.
Okay.
But I didn't know I thought that was the next gen upgrade, but I guess this one is.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna probably repackage it and push some marketing stuff behind it. I really wish they would have done some additional content for this game, because I would have loved to see some DLC. I definitely would have picked it up.
They didn't do any DLC for this, did they?
I don't think so. I don't know if they just didn't think it would sell well or not, but I think it's done pretty well for them. So
yeah, I think it has.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. If you haven't played it, definitely I would just say just wait until this update comes out, because man, it is such. If you like Star Wars, if you like Dark Souls, it's awesome. It's perfectly blends the two, I think, with not being like super over the top hard like a Dark Souls would. Like it's definitely, if you have no like, if you've never played a Dark Soul, you're fine playing this. It's not as hard as some people may seem to think it is, but
you can change the difficulty as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a fantastic game.
And if you've never played Star Wars or never seen the movies, I mean, you could still play this game and have fun with it. Like I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but Fallen Order was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Have you seen The Mandalorian yet?
Seen season 1.
Season 2?
Not season 2.
Mandalorian's so good, dude. I love it. What is next?
Xbox. They got like 70 plus games got an FPS boost this week. I don't have a list in front of me, but you said that Alien Isolation was one of them. They got a boost up to 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other games got it.
The total. So the total is up to 97 now, I think.
That have received a boost.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just going through the list here and see what exactly it is. Let's tell me. Oh, that article did not tell me what it was. That was a complete waste of my time. Thanks, guys. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So here we go. Okay. So Alien Isolation. I'll just read them. Alien Isolation, Anthem, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection, Unity. Kind of the bigger ones, I guess. Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 5, Dead Island, Deus Ex, Dirt 4, Dishonored, Dragon Age Inquisition, Dying Light, Fallout 4. I think that's already been updated.
Yeah.
76, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, Gears 4, Halo Wars 2, Hollow Knight, tons of Lego games, Lords of the Fallen, Metro and Metro 2033, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Overcooked 2, all the Plants vs. Zombie games, Prey, that's already been updated.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, Evil Within 2. I don't know if that's already been updated.
I don't think it has.
Watch Dogs 2, Watch Dogs, Yakuza 6. Yeah, tons of games. Which I think isn't the place, not to like dump on the PlayStation at all, but don't they only have like 12 that have been optimized for the PS5?
Something like that. But this is done from Microsoft's side.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, like that they can push those through from their end. But yeah, I think PlayStation only has about 12, and Microsoft got a big dump of games today, and it's either pushing them from 60 to 120 or pushing them to 60 frames per second. So it's
still a pretty big improvement.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of games.
I don't know about you, but like I love like just kind of checking on like the Series X optimization tab and just seeing like all the new games get added. Like I love that. Like it only started out with like maybe 5 or 6.
You talking about on Game Pass?
Yeah, on Game Pass, or like just on Xbox. Like if you go under like the settings or underneath the storage and like look at your queue and what you've got listed, it shows you everything that's been optimized. So I love seeing that get increased. So good solid work from Microsoft. Solid work.
Yeah, I hope it keeps coming. I mean, I don't know what else they can boost at this point. Have they boosted Halo 5?
No.
That's still
I can't believe it's still Halo 5 getting.
I guess it really hasn't. I know it got a 1X update, I think, but we've yet to see a Series X, Series S upgrade for Halo 5.
According to this article, it is not.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll see it at some point this summer or something, just in preparation of Halo Infinite coming out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they will. Who knows? Maybe they will.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. You want to read the? I saw this story, but I didn't actually like kind of read it, so I have no idea what this means.
Yeah, I looked into this one, and basically there were some leaked documents, and it was some staffers from the Xbox portfolio team, and they had given their take on The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay. Which I'm sure happens all the time.
Yeah.
Internally, that they review stuff and just, I mean, it makes total sense. So what were their reviews? What did they say?
They said that it's the type of experience developers of narrative-based games should be aspiring to accomplish with their character dialogue, presentation, and voice acting, but they can't seem to make decent gun combat in any of their games, and this is no exception. So I think they're specifically talking about Naughty Dog in this context. Gotcha. So Uncharted and previous Last of Us. They said that not every team has the talent or money to produce a game like this. And that's pretty much it. They pretty much just bashed the combat in Last of Us 2.
I kind of like the combat.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't
dislike it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like anything. It wasn't like revolutionary or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, it's. I feel like for what it is, like it makes sense. Like you feel like you're a scrappy guy, or you're a scrappy character, because like that's kind of what that world is. Like you're constantly like having to move around, and be constantly being mobile, as something different from like from Gears, which is obviously a fantastic third person shooter as well, but they're pretty different in those regards. Just different world, different mechanics, stuff like that. So I don't know. I thought the combat was good in Last of Us Part 2.
I'm not sure that comment is necessarily warranted in any way, but
yeah, I mean, it's certainly better than like Uncharted, which I also didn't have a problem with their combat either.
I didn't think it was great, but like I didn't.
No. I mean, it
was for Uncharted, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Just jumping off walls and stuff and shooting people is like over the top, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it sounds like maybe they're just kind of giving that extra bash just because it's a competitor. So
they did praise its story and characters and everything, but just bash the combat.
Yeah, I thought the combat was pretty good. The only part of the combat I didn't like is, I don't want to spoil anything, but kind of like that boss fight, I guess. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. That was weird, but it was also just weird seeing that person do that stuff. So
it's like, damn it. It's like,
yeah, you didn't want to do it, which I guess that's what they were going for. But
yeah.
Anyways, any last news things that you can think of, Nick?
I think that's it.
I feel like there was one more thing that we're not covering, but maybe I'm just thinking.
I don't know. Like a lot of little things happened.
Yeah, I mean, we don't touch on like we kind of touch on maybe the bigger stuff than like the little stuff.
Oh, Stalker 2 is reportedly only going to be exclusive to Xbox for about 3 months, and then it's going multi-platform.
Okay.
And I think that's coming this year. I'm excited for that one. I never played Stalker 1, but it seemed, I watched like a gameplay video of it the other day, and it seems pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks cool. And it's coming to Game Pass, right? So
yeah, it's coming to Game Pass.
And you know what? I think I've decided. I think I'm gonna pick up Mass Effect. Because like I think that's like the last kind of big game that we have coming out for a while. I mean, I don't think like other than maybe Zelda that comes out in July. What else is out there?
Mario Golf. I think there's another game in June that's coming out, June or July, but I think that's it for May. Well, there's like Biomutant. That game's been in development for forever, and that one's coming out in May.
I don't know much about that one. I see stuff on all the time for it.
Yeah, it's like an open world
game
where you play as a Was it 5 million?
Let's see. Just trying to look and see if there's anything. January, February. March.
There's Hood Outlaws, and
yeah, I see that all the time on the Microsoft Store or the Xbox Store. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart comes out in June.
Oh right, yeah. Whenever I get a PS5, I'm gonna pick this up. Looks awesome.
Oh, we did miss something on Game Pass. They got Dragon Quest Builders 2 coming to Game Pass next month.
Oh,
or this month, I think. And they've also got Final Fantasy X and X2 coming to which I think I'll definitely replay.
I think I might play that one. I've been almost buying it on the Switch.
Yeah, same here.
But
I keep thinking about it. And then Destroy All Humans comes out for the Xbox in Game Pass, the remake. I think we talked about it before.
Yeah.
Just trying to look. July. What's in July? Legend of Zelda.
Is Back 4 Blood still coming in June? Or was that delayed?
That got pushed to October, I think.
Right.
That Kena Bridge of Spirits comes out in August.
Nice.
Let's see. Deathloop comes out in September. Back 4 Blood is October 12th.
October 12th. Okay.
And then that's kind of yep. And then everything else is unscheduled. So we still got some good stuff to look forward to. That's been announced. Hopefully nothing else gets pushed back, but who knows? Oh, we do have Monster Hunter Stories 2 in July as well.
That's what I was reading about.
That's a week prior to Zelda.
Ooh. Tough.
Tough
spot.
If there's anything else. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up Mass Effect. I'm definitely it definitely has been intriguing to me.
Okay.
To go back and play that Legendary Edition.
Yeah.
Kind of bummed it's not getting a optimization for Series X though, but it should still run pretty good.
Is it not? It's not getting a Series X?
Okay. As of right now, I don't think it is. So that kind of sucks.
It's weird. Yeah. Kind of wish they were able to get it to Switch. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, they got Mass Effect 3 on Wii U, and I know they kind of remastered it pretty significantly. So I don't know if it would fit on the Switch, but that'd be cool.
Is Dragon Quest Builders 2, is that already not on the Xbox? Has that never been on the Xbox before?
I think it was just on PlayStation and the Switch.
It was, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Man, Xbox is getting a lot of formerly kind of exclusive games.
Yeah, I keep waiting for I keep waiting for them to put like the Final Fantasy VII remake onto the Xbox Game Pass. That would be huge if they were able to get that.
I'm wondering if Sony silently extended their exclusivity deal or something with that game, because you'd think we would have heard something by now, since it ended in April. But
when does that really the update for?
It comes out in June.
It comes out in June. Okay.
Yeah.
May, June.
Or maybe July. June or July.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So that's going to be the PS5 version. So maybe after that then.
Yeah, maybe
it's day and date or something.
When is that coming out?
That's coming out June. Where was it? Oh, I just had it. June 10th is when it comes out.
Oh, that's before E3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's soon. That's like it's like a month away.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of June as this elusive creature that's never actually going to come. But
yeah, it's a month away.
Yeah.
Month away. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up the show this week. I appreciate everyone that's been watching live, and of course, that's been downloading the podcast on your preferred platform. Yeah, big stuff happened this week. Obviously, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about next week with our early impressions of Resident Evil 8. So you definitely don't want to miss that. I look forward to recording that next week. if you guys can check out the YouTube video that I did earlier today on the top 5 Pokemon Snap top 5 Pokemon spinoff games in celebration of Pokemon Snap. And Nick, is there anything else you want to talk about before we head out?
If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to @GamingWTBros. If you want to send us any questions via email, you can email us at gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com. And then if you want to see some stuff that we put up on our website, you can go to gamingwiththebros.com. We do a lot of random stuff on there, a lot of opinion pieces, and probably gonna do some more top 5s. I love a good top 5.
Top 5 is good, man. I was thinking about doing like a top 5 for every show, but I don't know if I can guarantee it every time. So I'll if I think of something and I can get it done, I'll have it ready for the show. But if not, I'm not gonna make it a feature quite yet. Just
don't make it a promise.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make a promise that I can't keep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next week.
See you next week.